Okay, Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Baby is 89 days old. Tomorrow is 90 days or 3 months. Might even be today. I don't know how the 31 days count, but yeah, they call the first 3 months the fourth trimester because the baby is still making adjustments to the world. I have to turn the camera this way because of the light. But I think we're okay now. Audio is okay. So, yeah, we have a second round of vaccinations coming, or I think different ones. There's a 6-in-1 vaccine. You do 3 doses every other month, starting on the 2nd month and then the 4th month. And then there's some intermediary vaccines in between for like rotavirus or some other funky things. Remember when I was a kid, I was getting tons of them, you know. So, yeah, it's just part of the territory that we're in. So, but we're gonna go to Jelil's shop. We're running out of food. You know, you forget to shop. You know, you're so caught up with the baby, you forget to shop and everything. So what is going on? It looks like they're trying to find a workaround on this Republican bloc to Ukraine. And it just might work. This Speaker Johnson might get some save from the Democrats. I mean, we're seeing this Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's like another KGB agent that managed to get elected. She's throwing a fit, so it looks like it might happen. You know, you have to look at who's upset to see if things are going to work or not. Let me see if, whoops. Let's see if Jelil is still here. I saw him this morning. Ah, there he is. There's Jelil. We talk boxing all the time. We think Alexander Usyk is going to win on decision, on being a better technical boxer, better endurance. He just has to avoid all Tyson Fury leaning on him. But let's see. How are the grapefruits today? We have grapefruits here. Okay, we'll have to come back next time on this. No, I think they were probably better yesterday. But get some apples. Yeah, Granny Smith's. These are good for making apple pie. And then getting a. Oh, thank you. And then get 2 of these guys. These are Georgian apples or pears. You know, they go by two names. These are looking good today. Yep. And so this shop is right by the Liga gym. Oh, do we have broccoli?
Broccoli.
Yeah.
Broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli is essential. Folic acid, vitamin B, lots of fiber. Yeah, cleans out the stomach. Yeah, so let's have a lot of sun glare today. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's just glare. Yeah, from the light. And then have to just wait here. Let's see. They started taking cards here. Everything is modernizing in Ukraine, even in these small shops. You know, this is what makes Ukraine cool. You know, as we have a lot of these little shops here and everything. So, yeah, we're following the news every day, trying to see what's going to happen, and it's hard to say. It's really, but it's looking like Europe is shaping up. Finland has committed money. The European Union has put $100 billion online, but of course, all that hinges on Hungary. But I think they may have a workaround on Hungary too. Looks like Orban might be in some trouble. He's got some scandals or something. You know, let's see, 291. Yep, I don't have any small things. Oh, okay. No, nope, I don't have any small money. Okay, just take 9. Thank you. And put everything in my backpack. Let's see. Yeah, this light's always a challenge with the light, sound. Yeah. Okay, there you are. Thank you. All right, we will see you next time. We will see you next time.
Me bra.
Yep. Come to Jelil's shop by the Liga Fitness. You know, come in the morning, you know, because the stuff runs out pretty fast. Yep, we'll see you. Bye. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. You have to come early to these shops because they sell out really, really quick. Then we have this one next door. This is more. This is, I think it's called City or something. I don't know. It's a chain. It's like a small 7-Eleven or Blazenko, as they have here, and they're popping up in these boxes. They're trying to get some penetration into these neighborhoods. Oh yeah, you can see. I think I've showed you these shops before. They change a lot. Yeah, this one here is. It's not for rent. It's that sign was like something else, like they're closed down for a while. Maybe they're going to do a renovation. Now, Jelil did that with his shop. He actually tore everything down and rebuilt it from scratch, you know, from the ground up. He tore it all down to the slab. And so, yeah, this is where you get the deals in Ukraine. If you go, you get this exact same food in the supermarket, but I triple the price. And it's not that fun either. It's more fun to go to these small shops and everything. You know, I mean, meat I would still buy in the major supermarkets. They have the logistics. I wouldn't buy meat from these small places. You know, I don't know how regulated they are. Like this one sells meat, but this also looks like a corporatized chain, so maybe there is some quality control. And then this is another, you can just pop up a van and, you know, you can pop up a van and just start selling. So you see a lot of this too in Ukraine. Now I have to go to the other market, and we have to go to a pharmacy in the other market and pick up some baby stuff, some baby cream and everything. So yeah, back to what's going on in America and Europe. And I hope they shake things loose, but again, it could be a short-term win. We really need to look at the big picture here, like getting Biden another 4 years in the White House, so we can, you know, it's going to take about that much time, and if not longer, to get Europe to complete its pivot. And if it gets disrupted by Trump, and, you know, fuels more right-wing movements, it's going to hinder this European military unity. I mean, it's going really good now. You know, in Sweden, I was watching some videos. 31 countries participated in an airborne exercise. You know, they were jumping into the snow, you know, with the T-1 Charlie parachutes. This is what I used to jump with when I was in the Navy. It was just you're like a lawn dart. You pretty much go straight down, especially when you have 110 pounds of gear on you. You know, and there are guys who wouldn't pull the rope, you know, to release the gear, and they would go down with the gear. And, yeah. You know, the Army, you know, back in that day, you know, they had some people who had their challenges, but you always have to deal with these knuckleheads, you know. But I think now it's gotten better, the training. I mean, we weren't at war then. Things were more relaxed. You know, airborne school wasn't so bad. I had a little bit of trouble on the swing land trainer. I had to come back in the afternoon and remediate on that. I just couldn't keep my feet and knees together. And then someone said, just close your eyes and it'll be over before you know it. And I closed my eyes, I hit the ground with my feet and knees together, passed. You know, it was just something that simple. You know, instead of, because when you look at the ground, you start anticipating, and then subconsciously your legs and everything spread apart, thinking, you know, that's the natural reflex, you know, when you're going to hit the ground, to spread your legs apart. But when you're doing military tactical parachuting, not free fall, but static line, you want to do the opposite. So it's always wise to close your eyes just before you hit the ground, like, 5 seconds before. Just keep all your eyes closed and focus on your feet and knees being together, and then you'll feel the ground hit you, and then it's okay. Everything is okay. That's so everyone's there's a joke in the military that all the jumps are night jumps because your eyes are closed. But anyway, off that sidetrack. So I don't. They got to do something with the border. They've got to come up with a resolution on that. I don't know what Trump's likelihood of getting convicted. That would, his moderate followers would probably fall off. They probably would just be no-shows at the polls, which would favor Biden. So he's going to trial on this Stormy Daniels thing, hush money case. I don't really know if it's going to go through or not. It's just like this excessive bail money thing, and it's just going to empower his side more. So I think the left has to pick their battles better, and they actually have to win on merit, not relying on Trump to fall. But they have to, it's just like it's like high school wrestling, right? I won a few matches against some really good guys just because they were overweight and got disqualified. They had to forfeit. They came in like 1/8 of a pound overweight. So it's something like that. And I went out and got the points and got the win, but that's not the right way to win. The Democrats have to actually get out there and wrestle the guy. They actually have to win on their skills and win on their platform, and it needs some fixing, especially on the immigration. I mean, maybe if they could explain it or propose a program like I'd been talking about, to have a foreign legion. U.S. Army has a foreign legion type of thing. They do 5 years, 7 years in there. They go to some, active duty. They go to some dangerous areas. They can get citizenship that way, or they work in some economic zones, like in the middle of West Virginia, or, wherever there's shortages. There are shortages of labor throughout the U.S. I mean, like, especially in meatpacking towns. These meatpacking factories are always looking for people. In the middle of Kansas, there are a bunch in the middle of Iowa, so they could work there. So there could be like industries, regions where, they agree to homestead. So they would go there, they would work, they would get some kind of loan once they have a job. They would agree to live in that house for 10 years, and then they could and that would probably turn them into Republicans. That's, Elon Musk is like, you got to understand who he is. He's South African. His parents owned mines, like precious stone mines, like emeralds, and I don't know. No, emeralds come from Brazil, but they were using a lot of black labor, and they lost out when apartheid fell. So I question his motivations. Like, South African people in general, white South Africans. You gotta question their point of view. They grew up in a country, and then everything changed on a dime, for them, when they actually had to give people equal rights and fair treatment, and then suddenly that majority they were oppressing had the power, that they were pressing down, when they had apartheid. So Elon Musk comes from that, and his parents are extremely wealthy and all of that sort of thing. It's not. You gotta not believe these stories sometimes about people like they came from nothing and, they're just worked really hard and really smart. I mean, they usually had some wind on their back, that got them there. I mean, of course he did the work. I won't take that away from him, and he had some great ideas. But there's a whole 360 degrees to every story, and I don't know what his motivations are, really, like why he's suddenly taking Trump's side in all of this, and why he's working. He's kind of like a double-edged. He's helped Ukraine with the Starlink, but then he kind of works against Ukraine. Now, I do admit, and everyone knows my view is, we need a truce, but a truce with a NATO security agreement, so they don't go any further, like in Korea or like in Finland after the Finnish Winter War. Finland sacrificed a bunch of Karelia in the I think it was 1939 Winter War. They sacrificed the Karelian Peninsula, but the Russians never got any further than that. So we have to be realistic, especially with this election coming, and Trump is already, like, I think in the sports betting, he's at 53% odds. Biden is at 37% odds. So it's not looking good, you know. The most risky thing we do is cross the street. Yeah, we're gonna go the other way today. I won't cut through the woods because it's all wet. It's all muddy. I didn't bring my boots today. I'm just in my gym slippers. Don't want to get those all muddied up. You know, so yeah, it's it's life here. We're just hanging, you know, like what's going to happen next, right? What is going to happen next? Again, glare. Yeah, what's going on in the U.S.? It's like the biggest concern, but I don't know. I don't see people leaving in droves now, but I suspect after the summer we'll have a better idea of what the election is shaping up like after Trump's trials and everything. I guess people are still holding out hope that he's going to falter somewhere. I mean, he was way up, you know, this time in 2019, you know, 2020, he was way ahead, and then he started faltering, you know, he started getting unglued and everything, and Biden caught up. And I mean, I don't believe there was election fraud. I mean, if there was, it would only be like, I don't know, 2 to 3% affect the popular vote, 2 to 3%. And if you're an incumbent president riding on a great economy, I mean, I guess it was COVID, but still, you usually win by more than that. So if you can't win by more than like 10% as an incumbent, you don't really deserve to win, in my view. You know, that's my view of the thing. Like, you know, you shouldn't be going for winning by 51%. You should be, it's like you shouldn't try to pass the test with 70%. You should go all the way. I mean, I have made those arguments that you should just study enough and 70% is passing, and that way you're not wasting energy. But in reality, you want to win by a large margin so no one can question you. You want to pass your exams by a large margin so no one can call into question your skills or, you know, your knowledge. So, but yeah, right now, you know, and sports betting, even, I was looking at the old betting odds, like the days before, like November 2nd, November 3rd, and it was tied up. It was almost dead even. Trump was only slightly ahead in the sports betting. So that's going to be the biggest indication, you know, I think. But right now, sports betting has him far ahead. So Biden has to correct this immigration thing. And like I said, he doesn't have to like totally give in. If he could come up with some out-of-the-box ideas, like I said, an American Foreign Legion, you know, working in those economic depraved areas, everyone gets a background check. You know, I mean, they really haven't found that many criminals. I was looking at the numbers, like 216 out of a million. I mean, this is, you know, this is really statistically not anything. You know, there's more regular criminals in any given place in the U.S. per million people than that. So, but of course, you know, the one or two outliers grab all the headlines, and you know, Trump is building his campaign on outlier issues, and yeah, it's tragic and everything, but the bigger picture is like, if all these people want to come in and we have open jobs in meatpacking companies and landscaping companies and old people homes, you know, these are all places with critical shortages and jobs nobody want to do. They suck. You know, these jobs suck. Then let's get something that makes economic sense. Let's follow the money. You know, that's what America's all about. So, all right. Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, this is another way, you know, to the market. So there's a haircut. That green building behind me is a haircut salon, but they're more expensive. I usually get my hair cut in this place coming up. You know, it's a box here. You know, they have more of these boxes. This is a whole market full of boxes. You know, they're like little, I don't know if they're shipping containers or, yeah, I think they're just made for this purpose. I don't think they're, yeah, they look like they're just hacked together. So, yeah, this is the haircut place I go to. Yeah, it's, and then they have a currency exchange here, you know. So they buy parts for your phone. Yeah, there you see the currency exchange in the back. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know, I like this kind of life. It's like living in South America or even India, a cleaner version of India to a degree. I mean, India is like this, but the sanitation and the crowds and the heat is a bit much. So this is kind of a different, you know, more cleaner European version, you know, with all these markets and everything. Sort of like Turkey. You see a lot of this in Turkey, but Turkey has a different style. You know, so anyway, yeah, here I am. So yeah, I'm at the pharmacy. So I've got to go and get the baby cream here and everything. So you all have a good day.